Yeah, fair play to him.
One thing I would mention, I've not wrote this down, this is because you mentioned him. Paulo Costa, is he losing his head? Is he?
I don't know, you know, like,
because he had the thing with the wine, and now he's getting his hair transplant. I mean, the idea of a hair transplant is no one knows, but he's putting.
Is that real though? Yeah, like he's actually doing that.
He's got a fucking bald head and all like dimples on his head, like they plugged it in. Because they insert speech into your head, don't they? The hair follicles.
I didn't get it because, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's already got a full head of hair.
I didn't
think. Yeah, I didn't. So I felt like he's almost kind of shaved his head off bald, and then he's like just starting again. I didn't really get it, to be honest. I thought Derek Brunson was trolling him, but
I don't know. But I assume it's like a deficiency in your body, isn't it? If you're not getting it, it's a certain chemical, isn't it? If you're not getting it to your head, then the hair stops growing. So with hair transplants, my understanding is that after a while, it stops growing again and they have to put fresh follicles in. So maybe he's had one before, he's got a full head of hair and they're just like, it's starting to thin, he's just doing it again. Like, that's the only assumption.
I wouldn't really put it out there, like, I mean,
no,
you know.
Keep it to myself.
Especially it's in a sport of MMA where, you know, the trash talkers will just mention anything, like, it's just more ammo. You know what I mean? Like with the whole wine story, it's like just more ammo. But I think he's kind of owned it now, hasn't he? The whole wine story, like he says it now, like he makes it into a joke himself now. Probably the best thing to do, I think.
Yeah, it's still a bit odd though, isn't it? Or
yeah,
do you reckon he's losing his head, or he's just a bit crazy in general?
Well, so he had a fight, didn't he, lined up against Jared Cavanier. Well, I don't know if I pronounced that right, to be fair. But he had a fight lined up with him, and then he pulled out. And the reason why he pulled out wasn't it because he wanted more money. I think it was a financial decision or something like that. He pulled out because he wanted more money.
Can't really do that. Well, you can do it, but not. You know, he's not in a position where he's got a belt or anything, is it? I mean,
he's coming off a loss. So
I'd happily, if I was Dana White, just say go to fucking Bellator.
Yeah, well, Dana White came out and said, because he got asked a question on it at some press conference. He was like, "What do you feel about Paulo Costas' comments about fighters' pay, about you know, YouTubers getting paid millions, and obviously they're not." And Dana White was like, "I don't understand how he's coming out and saying this. You've lost your last fight. Like, you know, you got embarrassed against Israel Adesanya. You know, you should be contacting me trying to get another fight to try and get your momentum back. You can't really talk about pay when, you know, you're coming off a loss." Which, to be fair to Dana, like, obviously, as a promoter, you know, you should be promoting your fighters, but he's pretty honest. Like, it's an honest assessment. You can't really talk about pay and how much you deserve when, you know, you've had your opportunity, you've lost it. You know, as a fighter, you should be wanting to come back and obviously, you know, that's what I say what you want about Kobe Covington, but that's what Kobe Covington's doing. Like, came back after that loss against Usman, got the fight against Woodley, dominated him, and obviously now he's going to be fighting Usman next. So I think you just got to have that attitude, haven't you, really?
So, what you reckon? Is Paulo Costa losing his mind, or his hair, or both? I mean, I can't talk. I'm really fucking bored myself. But drop some comments, let us know, see what you're thinking. It's just a short, fun one, that, to be honest with you. It was off the beaten track. We hadn't planned to talk about it, but just when his name came up, I've seen that much shit of him with pimples on his bald head. I thought I'd bring the topic up. But yeah, let us know what you think. Interestingly enough, though, what we were talking about, what do you reckon's next for Paulo Costa? You know, who should he be fighting? And in terms of the fighter pay that he's talking about, we go on about that in a little bit in the next segment, and that's going to be another short thrown on for you shortly. But what are your thoughts on the fighter pay? Obviously, we expressed our opinions, and we don't fight for the UFC, so we can only go on what we read in the press and stuff like that. You know, and I'd get my ass kicked if I did fight in the UFC. Or, you know, if you know something we don't, drop it below, let us know. And don't be a dick
Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, hit the notifications bell, all that shit, and have a good day. I think this is me new saying this. Make sure you have a good fucking day.